Good afternoon to our fellow kababayans. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. I am pleased to join our kababayans as we celebrate today the 160th birth anniversary of our national hero, Dr. Rizal. A well-educated and traveled Filipino, Dr. Rizal's life is one of the most documented of 19th century Filipinos due to the vast and extensive records written by and about him. Almost everything about him, his short life, is recorded, being himself a regular diarist and prolific letter writer. Much of the materials having survived to this day and ready to be explored and studied by young generations of Filipinos. With his two novels, No Limitangere and El Filibusterismo, Dr. Rizal paid dearly with his life, led his people to freedom, and set in motion the establishment of the first Philippine Republic in Asia. I'm happy to inform that the Philippine Consulate General in Toronto has donated the facsimile copies of Dr. Rizal's two novels to the two largest Catholic district school boards in Canada, the Toronto Catholic District School Board and the Dufferin Peel Catholic District School Board, Knights of Rizal, Canada Region, and the Iglesia ni Cristo Ecclesiastical District of Greater Toronto. We hope that the two novels will inspire young generation of Filipino Canadians to continue their link with their parents, motherland, and to be aware of their rich Philippine heritage and culture. For nearly 2 years, the focus of the world has been in ensuring the healing of those affected by the pandemic and in ensuring the well-being of the systems that help regions, countries, and communities to carry on. It has been challenging times, but also a time that shines light on the goodness that is inherent in humanity. When we focus on all goodness born, despite and more so because of this pandemic, this meaningful month and this day truly becomes a joyful commemoration. The Philippine Consulate General in Toronto also takes this opportunity to convey its appreciation for the Filipino community's hard work in bringing to the forefront our Filipino heritage and culture, and for the Filipinos communities, especially the Filipino frontliners, good deeds and positive contributions in Canada and the Philippines. We would like to thank the Knights of Rizal, Canada Region, Markham Federation of Filipino Canadians, and other Filipino organizations for propagating the ideals and values of Dr. Rizal. Sa ating mga minamahal na kababayan, malugod ko rin po kayong binabati ngayong buwan ng pagdiriwang ng ating ika-123 taon ng kalayaan ng ating bansang Pilipinas. Maligayang pagbati rin po ng Filipino Heritage Month. Mabuhay ang mga Pilipino, mabuhay ang Pilipinas. Maraming salamat po.
The rise of a person who have been the instrument and igniter to liberate the Filipinos from the shackle of the Spaniards. And another 160 years ago, because of the might of the pen, he was able to convince and bring about the emotions of the Filipinos. That's why several leaders, several patriots, several libertines were able to rescue Philippines from the hands of the tyrant Spanish regime. So today, we are here gathered to commemorate the birthday of our national hero, Dr. Jose Rizal. So today, we are here, and in behalf of the Knight of Rizal, Canada region, in behalf of the Don Valley chapter, we welcome you all, our guests, especially the representative from the provincial parliament from Queen's Park. We have here the most daring and bachelor MPP Roman Baber. Let's give him a big hand too. So again, without so much ado, welcome to 160th Wreath playing and the birth anniversary of Dr. Jose Rizal. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you, Sir Jun. At this time, we're going to play the national anthem, starting with the Philippine national anthem, followed by the O Canada. Thank you, everyone. At this time, we will directly proceed to the wreath laying, starting with the Regional Commander, Sir Joe Damasco, along with the Consul General, Consul Orontes V. Castro, to be accompanied as well by the Deputy Regional Commander, Sir Mario Alpuerto, Sir Ver Amante, the Air Commander, Sir Roman Baber. So they will be starting from there and coming here. There you go. So, Sir Knights, we are doing this right away. After the wreath laying, we will have the photo op, batch by batch, as we observe the protocols of the pandemic. Thank you so much. At this time, we're going to call the Canada region executives and the regional, and the advisors as well. So Sir Popoy, Sir George, Sir Frank, Sir Jimmy. Okay na?
Okay, tapos. Next time. All chapter commanders.
Thank you, regional advisors. This time, do we have any? Okay, this time we will have the deputy regional commander and area commander, and the deputy area commander as well. Sir Mario Alberto, Sir Veramante, Sir Dean Garcia, and to be accompanied by, shall we call the, oh, we're good, Sir Mario, Sir Dean. Any other regional officers? Sir Dong. Okay, so we have the Wreath there, and let's have their picture taking. Okay, we're good?
Done.
Done. Thank you, area commanders and deputy regional commander. This time we have the other regional council officers, regional council officers. Please join us quickly. Sir Dong, Sir Feb,
Chapter commander ini. Ande, region.
Sir Joe again, please.
Sir Mario.
Yeah, the consul will also join us, please, while he's still here. We're good. May I request the Congen and the regional commander to stay? This time we will have the chapter commanders. Don Valley chapter, Sir Courtney, Etopico, Sir Feb, who else? Sir Delphine from Brampton.
Chapter commanders.
Chapter commanders first. There you go. Okay. We're good. We're good. Okay. Congen and Sir Joe, please remain. This time we have the other officers and members. Back on Sir Joel at the end here. Sir Dr. Romy.
How are you? This is you again.
Sir Chris, come join us here. Any other members who were not in the photo? Please join them here. Anybody else? Okay. Sir Chris. Okay, so this time we're going to call the Kababayan Rizalista. Please come join the regional commander and the Congen.
Nasaan si Bill?
Okay, we're good.
Thank you. Okay.
Mamaya tatawagin mo kayo ulit, ha? Bibigyan ko ulit.
Okay, this time we call on the ladies of the Knights of Rizal. Thank you, ladies of the Knights of the Rizal. Now we have the youth.
Meron pa.
Meron pa last one. The youth along with the officer in charge, of course, Sir Frank. Okay. Okay, this time we're going to hear a message from, of course, our guest here, Conjen Castro.
Yeah.
Good day to you all, to my fellow Filipinos. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. With the music pervading the air, sounds coming from children in this park, we understand that soon we'll be, enjoying again our pre-pandemic what we used to live on. As I could see in many places of our kababayan, the Knights of Rizal and the ladies of Rizal, I could see smile all over this park. Today, we are celebrating the 160th birth anniversary of our national hero, Dr. Rizal. In his lifetime, Dr. Rizal was well known among the 19th century Filipinos because, among others, one of his preoccupations is to write in his diary. And this diary continues to be available, to be researched, and to be studied by young generations of Filipinos. And by this time, all of us here, I think majority of Filipinos knows the two novels of our national hero, Noli Me Tangere, it's a Latin word translated into English, Touch Me Not, and El Filibusterismo, Spanish words meaning the filibuster or the revolutionary. In a positive way, no? With these two novels, our national hero paid dearly his life, but led these people to freedom and the establishment of the first Philippine Republic in Asia. I'm happy to inform you that since I came here, we're able to donate the facsimile original copies, meaning original copies of the two novels who are the recipients, the two largest Catholic district school boards in Canada, the Toronto Catholic District School Board and the Dr. Hill Catholic District School Board. Who else? Knights of Rizal. I was here. I turned over two facsimile copies to the Knights of Rizal last December. And also to the Iglesia ni Cristo, the ecclesiastical district of East Toronto. And to other organizations also, no? We gave these two novels. Our purpose is so that Filipinos, especially young generations of Filipinos, and most especially mainstream Canadians, young Canadians, to be able to know the values and ideals of our national hero. Before I close, I would like to congratulate you all, most especially the regional commander, Sergio Damasco, of the Knights of Rizal Canada region, as well as the different commanders, chapters, regions here present, and most especially the Knights and the ladies of Rizal. Ang sabi nga ho nila, mga kababayan po ng ating national hero. No? Sumusuporta po sila sa ating mga national heroes. Again, I would like to close with congratulations to the Knights of Rizal for continuously, assiduously working on into propagating the ideals and values of our national hero, Dr. Jose P. Rizal. This is doubly or threefold significant because this year, aside from the Independence Day celebration last Saturday, we also have the Filipino Heritage Month. And at the same time, the 500 years anniversary of the Philippines. And very recently, in recognition of your significant and positive contributions, to the province of Ontario and the country of Canada as a whole, the Filipino Heritage Act by the province of Ontario was approved, Bill number 217, and I'm happy to add to that, last May 25, the Filipino Heritage Month was also approved by the Daquiril Catholic District School Board, meaning the Filipino Heritage Month will now be starting this year, celebrated in all DPCDSB schools. So, maraming salamat. Credit belongs to you all fellow Filipinos, and because of what you have done to our country and our fellow friends, Canadian friends, I'm ready to distribute our small token of recognition. So I would like to call on first the kababayan of Rizal. My request for the Quincentennial Award, because last June 12 we distributed, among others, the Consul General's Quincentennial Award, and it reads as follows. Senator Rizal of the Philippine Consulate General in Toronto, this Quincentennial Award is presented to Kababaihang Rizalista Inc., Toronto Chapter, Canada, to be represented by Lady Araceli Rose Cruz, President, in recognition of his invaluable effort and activities to foster unity among Filipino community and continued support to the Philippine Consulate General in Toronto. Signed by the Consul General. Congratulations po. I will wear my mask again. I'm so sorry for that. Congratulations to our ladies.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, wait.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, in the Philippines, we have a saying, our mother or the ladies of the house, they are the light. They provide the light and guide to the home of every Filipinos. Not only of every Filipinos, because they are already here, of all homes around the world. Let's give them another round of applause. Now, I request Mr. Calagio to receive his certificate, his award also. Senator Rizal of the Philippine Consulate General in Toronto, this Quincentennial Award is presented to Knights of Rizal, Don Valley Chapter, Sir Mauro Jun Calagio Jr., Chapter Commander. Congratulations po.
Yeah, I got.
Thank you so much po. You know, I have a very big surprise today. You know, this man, when I came over here, he was among the first Canadian, high-ranking Canadian officials that I met during my meet and greet. He was so quiet, seated, I think, on the right side. I didn't know that he was an MPP of the province. I was so surprised when he came over. He's so quiet. I know he has been helping you, and I know again he is here bringing something good to the Knights of Rizal. May I call on the Honorable MPP Roman Barber to receive his Presidential Award from the Philippine Consulate General in Toronto. Palakpakan po natin. You know,
MPP Barbara has been working hard for the community. Let's continue to support him, and because he will continue to support you.
He's Filipino.
Congratulations, sir. Thank you very much. And before he presented his very nice gift to you, one last, our most important, not important, equally important, my request, very humble, your regional commander. You know, I consider him as my advisor also. Sometimes I see him, sometimes I miss him. This morning I missed him. I met his deputy, Sir Mauro, this morning instead. Tahimik lang po siya. And sometimes he's at the side, working quietly. That's his character, no? And you're lucky to have him. May I request the regional commander, Knights of Rizal, Canada Region Commander, Sir Joe Damasco, to receive the award of the Knights of Rizal Regional Canada Region. That's all, and maraming salamat po, and good luck. Maraming salamat sa Knights of Rizal, and we love you for continuing to love our country even if you are here in Canada. Maraming salamat po sa inyong lahat.
Thank you po. Thank you so much, Conjen Castro. At this time, we're going to hear something from Sir Roman Baber.
Thank you very much, Brother Knights. It's a wonderful occasion to be back at my very first event. My very first event subsequent to the lockdown and the pandemic. Couldn't be more fitting to be with my brother Knights and our sisters, the ladies of Rizal, and the youth of Rizal, and Council General here at Earl Bales Park, in the heart of York Center. I'm truly delighted and honored, and I welcome you all. Thank you so much. My name is Roman Baber, and I am the independent Member of Parliament for the riding of York Center, in which we are now. As many of you know, I was a Progressive Conservative member until mid-January. I now proudly sit as an independent. I want to make a couple of quick points. Number one, I don't think that the contribution of the Filipino community during these difficult times is lost on anyone. This community offers so many healthcare workers, so many healthcare heroes, so many care professionals that there's no question that your continuous involvement in our community in Toronto and north of Toronto has been remarkable. You've put yourselves at, many of you have put yourselves at risk, and here we are, thank goodness, persevere. So first of all, I want to thank you. Second of all, I want to extend my welcome again. I believe it's my first time officially welcoming Council General Castro. Welcome. This will hopefully be a enjoyable stay for you. Toronto is remarkable. Our province is welcoming, and so is our country. And I wish you the best of success on your mission. On a personal note, to tie with the reason we're here, which is to celebrate not just independence, but Dr. Jose Rizal's birthday. Learned that Dr. Jose Rizal stood for a number of principles, primarily justice and equality. But I think primarily what drove Dr. Rizal was love for country, was love for what became the Independent Republic of the Philippines. And this is a sense of sentiment that public leadership should have. That they should have enough courage to love their country, to love their community, to put their community first.
That's right.
I came to Shepherd and Bathurst as an immigrant 26 years ago. I came to this building right here, 1 Canyon Avenue, a brown building at the corner of Shepherd and Bathurst, right behind 66 Shepherd. This is my home. This is my park. This is my community. This is and this is our country. And we came here seeking freedom and opportunity and democracy. And that means
Democracy.
And that means, like Dr. Rizal taught us, democracy may have a price. Justice may have a price. But what we seek to defend, our way of life, our freedoms, our Canadian way of life, which includes kindness to one another and care for one another, that is something that we should be unwilling to compromise. That means that as public servants, like Rizal did, we put our country and our communities first. And so I remain serving you as independent MEP, and until the people of York Centre decide that I'm no longer suited to serve you, then I shall continue doing my job out and every day, and I thank you for allowing me to continue doing it.
Yes.
At this time, I'd like to invite Sir Joe Damasco to accept a scroll, a congratulatory scroll from my office. On this occasion, on the occasion of the birthday of Dr. Jose Rizal, dear brother Knights of Rizal, I send you blessings and best wishes as we commemorate the birthday of Jose Rizal, born 160 years ago today. May Dr. Rizal's founding principles of justice and equality continue to inspire the knighthood and our community at large.
On behalf of the Knight of Rizal, I would like to thank Sir Romano Bell. Sir Romano Bell is not only the brother,
Take off your mask.
but he is also a third degree Knight of Rizal. And he's probably in the future he will be leading the elders up there. Okay, and thank you again, and you're welcome.
It's even better.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Sir MP Roman Babe. May we also hear a brief message from, again, from the community, Sir Joel at the end.
Your Excellency, Consul General Castro, such an honor to have you here today with us. Thank you so much for your presence. My fellow brother knights, my fellow ladies of Rizal, my youth of Rizal, such an honor. This first occasion as we are coming out of the pandemic, this important day, the birthday of Dr. Jose Rizal. As you know, Jose Rizal was so special because he brought the best of the Philippines to the world, and he took the best of the world, of what the world had to offer, and brought it back to the Philippines. And it is the most important example of sharing, and really a fantastic example for all of us in terms of how we should live our lives. I should also acknowledge the presence of our Member of Provincial Parliament, Mr. Roman Baber. Roman is not only a fellow brother as a knight, but I've known Roman for almost 20 years. He knew me when I had no hair, and when I had hair. Now I don't have hair. And so, of course, I was happy to consider him a brother then and a brother today, and especially that we are wearing the same shirt of the Knights of Rizal. Council General Castro, I want to speak to you a little bit about our Filipino community here in Canada, as you are becoming more and more acclimatized with these very special people. In this vein, I would like to commemorate and applaud the amazing contributions of the Filipino-Canadian community during this pandemic, COVID-19. The Filipino-Canadian community battled the pandemic as doctors and as nurses, as PSWs, as long-term care workers. You battled the pandemic as first responders, as firefighters, as police officers, and as ambulance technicians. You battled the pandemic as essential services, working in warehouses and in factories. Along the way, you suffered many hardships. Family and friends who used to be a quick flight away were now kept from you for more than 18 months. You suffered devastating economic losses, and you bravely faced a disease that was so dangerous. And you did this with very inadequate support. From the lack of safe spaces at work, to the lack of PPEs when it was crucial for you to have them, to the lack of available timely vaccines when other countries had plenty of them to give out to their citizens. Yet you soldiered on. You kept the lights on and the hydro running. You kept the community healthy. You kept the country safe. You kept Canada safe. Your courage, your contribution, and your bravery will never be forgotten, and it will always be respected. The Filipino-Canadian community is a pillar of the Canadian mosaic. And Dr. Castro, thank you for supporting this wonderful community. Thank you.
Thank you, Sir Joel, again. At this time, to know a little bit more of our national hero, let's hear from one of our regional advisors, Sir Popoy Cana, to talk about a little biography of our national hero. Sir Poy?
And our guests, Your Excellency Consul General, members of the Parliament, thank you for honoring us in our commemoration of this very important event of Dr. Rizal. I'm here to talk to you a brief life story of Dr. Rizal. He is a man of destiny. Born June 19, 1861 in Calamba, Laguna, was raised by a very strong Catholic family. He was a very precocious child. Still very young, he was able to write poetry. He made some sculpture, excelled in all his academics, and pursued a career which was a result of his experience. When he was 11 years old, he witnessed the execution of the three local priests, Gomez, Burgos, and Zamora. He was only 11 years old, and he saw the injustice that was done to our local Filipino priests. And so instead of pursuing a lucrative career in medicine, he instead went to Europe and studied and wrote books to open the minds of the people in the Philippines of the injustices that were inflicted on us. He wrote two monumental novels that expose the injustices of the Spanish colonial rulers. The two books, the first one he wrote, the Nolini Tamhiri, which was considered as the diagnosis of the illness of the people, of the country. And then it was followed by El Filibusterismo, which was his solution to the problem. So these two books angered the Spanish authorities. He was accused of fomenting rebellion and uprising, which actually he had inspired the people to fight for our freedom. The Katipunan was born, and then revolution followed. It was a strong struggle for independence that finally won for us our nation, our independence. So today, as we look back to his birth 160 years ago, we are the beneficiaries of the struggle of this man, Dr. Rizal. It's no doubt that this man will be remembered even long after us. And I am reminding my fellow brother knights to continue to propagate the ideals, the philosophies, the teachings of Dr. Rizal to our youth, to our families, to even people we meet in the street, because Rizal was a universal man. We are so proud of this man, and we will continue to promote his memory. All over the world at this time, there are members of the Knights of Rizal all over the world. Briefly, the Knights of Rizal started in Canada in 1987, when the first chapter was organized. And from the time on, it continued to spread all over the country. And today, I realize that our efforts, brother knights, are bearing so much fruits in arousing the consciousness of the people of the significance of the life of Dr. Rizal. This year, I see simultaneous celebration of the birth anniversary. We have one in Markham. We have a big beautiful monument there made by one of our brother knights. And this morning we had the first celebration at the Rizal Park in Brampton. Compliments to Mayor Sir Patrick Brown, who granted to give us this beautiful park. If you have a chance to visit the place, you'll be proud. Today I was there, and we were about 15 uniformed knights holding the ceremony with the first Filipina elected councilor of the province. It was a proud moment for us, and we can see the truth of the result of this country. So thank you, my brother knights, my ladies, because it is through our continuous propagation that the life of this hero will continue to live in our hearts and beyond. Maraming salamat po.
Thank you, Sir Popoy, as always. At this time, we're going to hear the closing remarks from Sir Courtney, and right after that, we're going to have a group singing. If you could join us.
Chapter command.
Sir Courtney.
New chapter command.
Thank you, Sir Jerome. I don't think I need a mic because I have a voice that throw checks just like Dr. Castro. On behalf of the Don Valley chapter, I'd like to thank our distinguished guests, chapter commanders. I'm starting from the bottom. Regional commanders and national commanders. And last but not least, ladies of Rizal and the youth of Rizal. Without a combination of all of the above, we will go nowhere. I am an educator by profession, and I look at a coin with two sides. One side is of social justice, and the other side is of nation building. And the Knights of Rizal, in my view, is of nation building. The Filipino community, whether it's in the Philippines or abroad, have always portrayed themselves with unity, with a sense of belonging, a sense of knowing where they came from, and a sense of also knowing where they are going. I have been adopted into the culture, and I got some personal news to share with you today. In the next 2 years, I will be traveling to the Philippines on a regular basis. I'm a Rotarian, and I'm also the secretary of BELRAD, which is Basic Education and Literacy Rotary Action Group. And in the Philippines, through Dr. Earl Bales, and a retired minister of education person in the Philippines, we'll be doing work with women in education, girls in education. That's what Rotary is promoting for the next 2 years. And I will be at the forefront representing Rotary International, not Toronto, not Canada, but Rotary International as a whole. So having said that, I would like to call on Sir Jude and all the other chapter commanders, and bring the wreath. We have a wreath, a Don Valley wreath today in honor of Dr. Jose Rizal birthday. 160, I was told. I only wish I could live to be that old. So,
this is official.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much again.
Thank you again so much for coming. And for those who have not taken their pictures later, please observe the social distancing pa rin kasi we might be in trouble. Also, don't leave your
You have to like this, like
remove
this.
your mask for that. On behalf of the Regional Council of the Don Valley Chapter, thank you so much for coming.